Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another live video. I'm going to do a really short video today because I'm not planning on being here too long, but I figured that I looked at the time, I just got off the phone to my daughter and I was like, why don't I do a quick live video? Because she's going to call me back after, and I figured with this time slot I could probably get a live video in before she calls me back. Thank you so much for the like. That's a fast like, guys. That's the fastest like I've got. Hello AP, what is up? What is up? Yeah. Oh my gosh, I keep wanting to bear. Yeah, so um yeah. So I figured a short quick video would do the trick. She's getting herself ready for bed. My daughter is. So she's gonna call me when she finishes getting ready. So yeah, we've been having a lot of fun on the phone. Me and my daughter, it's been really fun. Laughing about a lot of things. Thank you so much for the like. Um yeah, dancing, everything. Right, we've been having a good time. Jonathan, how are you? Yeah, we've been having a really good time, and yeah, she's gonna call me back for more. Right, for more laughs. I thought that was hard. Thank you for the 100%. Been having a great time together. So she said she's gonna jump in the shower and then she can chill and talk on the phone. So I thought, why don't I do a quick live video with you guys? Um, I'm hashtag happy. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're happy. Jonathan goes, yes, Tanya. Hey, Jonathan, how are you? How are you? Thank you for coming back on my live. Yeah, well, both of you, thank you for coming back on my live, to be honest. Yeah, so I have been connecting with some people. I've been connecting with godly people, and I've been explaining my situation. I've been getting, there's a good friend of mine, you'll probably see this video to be honest, but he studies the scripture a lot, and he was giving me some scriptures today, and I do feel a bit more rested now because I know what I need to do next. I need to talk to God. Well, I'm not going to go into details about that because it's between me and God. I need to speak with God and just face him. Yeah, thank you, AP. Yeah, I need to face God. I need to face the music. Hi, Gatekeeper, Joe Faithful. How are you? Thank you so much for the like, guys. Yeah, I just need to speak with God now, but it's just a relief. Yeah, thank you for saying praise the Lord. Yes, praise the Lord. I have Tourette's syndrome. Is that Tourette's? Hi, Chad. It's okay. Everyone's welcome here. Oh, Jonathan said, God bless you, Tanya. Thank you so much. Yeah, I just need to speak to God. I need to repent for what I've done wrong. Um, and I need to just get back on track. Thank you so much for the like, guys. Yeah, I just need to speak with him. That's something I'm gonna have to do tonight. I've been scared to do it, but I have to do it. Hi, Luke. Thank you for saying welcome, guys. You guys are so sweet. So I need to do that, and it was quite embarrassing to talk about my situation to someone that believes in God, and I was so ashamed to do it, but I had to do it. I was like, I'd rather tell you than be fake and pretend that I'm doing everything great, right? Um, and they were listening. They were listening. It's nice to have someone listen and not judge you. And when I was explaining my situation, I realized how stupid I've been. Guys, I've been so stupid. I was just like, wow. Just talking about it just makes me realize how ridiculous I've been. Guys, I don't know what's been happening to me, but so embarrassing. So embarrassing. When you talk about your wrongdoings in life, um, yeah, it's just, you just realize how ridiculous it is. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I want to see what Luke's profile picture is now. Luke is a creative individual, isn't he? Very creative. Oh my, you're so God fearing. Yeah, I do fear God a lot. Like, I know when I'm doing wrong. You know, some people do wrong, but they don't understand what they're doing is wrong. But I know when I'm doing wrong. They need to make more people like you. AP, stop, AP. Luke's putting the mushrooms on the emojis. Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard, and sometimes you need to come back to reality. I was watching a video today, and it really made me sick on Instagram. There was two people getting married, right? And the man that was, I forgot what they're called, when they read the vows out to the couple that's about to be wedded, right? They were saying you may kiss the bride, and obviously, it was sickening to watch because he didn't want to kiss her, and people were like saying he's just trying to get a green card, and it was just so horrible to see someone being treated that way, guys. Treated that way. Why not just kiss her? Like, the fact that he's making it so plain obvious that he doesn't even want her. This this world makes me sick. If you don't want someone, leave them alone. It just makes no sense to me. The fact that it was humiliating to watch. I felt sick watching it. I was like, how can someone be so cruel to pretend that you want someone? Makes no sense. Ivy goes, look at the emoji that Luke's put. That looks like the Hulk or someone laughing. AP goes, I definitely ain't uploading Instagram now. It's shake my head. Instagram's trash. It's so trash. I can't get off it. It's actually trash. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, it's inhumane. Yeah, it's horrible. It's so horrible. The fact that it got uploaded and a guy was actually doing a voiceover of it, and I'm like, how can you even feel good doing a voiceover of this? It's just, we know there's people out there, right? Even if it's not a green card, that after they just get married to people, but inside they don't love the person or they don't feel it. It's so sad. Like, how can you go through that level, go through that with someone? Hi, Jack. Thank you for saying God bless you. Mwah. Thank you. Yeah, how can, I don't know how people can do that. Because it's the fact that they're choosing to get married as well. It's not like it's arranged marriage, right? They're choosing to do that. And it's just, I just saw it and I just thought, what the heck? Thanks for the emojis, guys. Yeah, I don't know why they do that. Hi, Bradley Reeve. How are you? Yeah, I don't know how people do that. It was so, I feel bad thinking about it now. And even the guy doing the voiceover, he was like, yeah, kiss that witch. And I was just like, that's so horrible. It's so horrible. It's really horrible. And then people are like, oh, after that kiss, green card denied. Like, how can they feel good watching that? No, I think it's one of those marriages where people go abroad and then they fall in love with one of the young guys, and then the young guys just basically just want to get to the another country, so they just marry whoever, and then it becomes marriage, and then they can get in the country, and then obviously leave the person. I think it's one of those kind of marriages. But yeah, I don't know why people do that. Imagine doing that just to get in a country. I guess people would do what it takes, guys. But I personally, what country is you in? I'm in the UK. I personally, Luke, stop. I personally, right, couldn't be like, oh, I want to get to the US. Let's just marry anyone. I'm good, thank you, Bradley. How are you? Oh my gosh, AP and Tanya equals arranged marriage. Don't wish that, please. Don't wish that. She's stupid also though, I'm just being honest. To be honest though, you'd be surprised people can't people can't see it though. It's easily done. Men are very clever at sweeping women off their feet, guys. They're very clever. I've been in situations where I'm just like, oh, he likes me, and then 1 minute he changes. I'm like, huh? I thought he liked me. Because men are skilled at doing that. They're very skilled at. I'm sure women can do this to men as well. But because I'm a woman, so I can only speak on behalf of what I experience from men. Men are very good at putting on the charm, right, and making a woman feel special and making her think that he's really into her, right. The only way that wouldn't work with me is if I'm not attracted to the guy. But sometimes, even if I'm not attracted to a guy, he can kind of win me over, because if you see a guy putting in effort, you're thinking, you're catching my attention now, right. Let me read the comments. She's in Birmingham, Alabama. What part of the UK are you from? Bradley, I don't reveal that information. No offense, but I a lot of people do ask me that question, but I don't tell people where they are. Big Smoke said, I like you, bro. I like you too. My parents married like that. Not good. So who arranged your parents? Right. So your parents got married just to get in the US? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, you got a point manipulation as well. Yeah, I literally watched a video of this man. It was on Good Morning UK TV. And he got scammed out of all his life savings. He actually got scammed by someone that someone introduced him to the person because he wanted to settle down in a country somewhere in Africa. I can't remember where it was. and he's a British guy. He got scammed out of all his life savings. He gave all his money over because he really thought that he would get a retirement home, everything, and he was so vulnerable because they knew how to win him over. So anyone can be a victim of scams. But if it's emotion, if they know how to attack you emotionally, emotional manipulation is very dangerous. It's very dangerous because when you know how to pull on someone's emotions, have you ever saw when someone asks you for a favor, right? And you're like, sorry, I can't. And they go, please. They go, I really don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. And then you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to help them. But you don't want to help them. Guys, when emotions is involved, it's very hard to pull out of it. Be surprised, some people get very lonely in life. When they're lonely, especially like elderly people, they can become a victim of thinking that somebody is actually interested in them, a younger person, and then they think, oh, I found love again, and then that person's genuine, that person knows how to love them. We call it love bombing. And then, they're thinking, you know what, it's my another shot at love, and then they give it a go. And when your emotions are already involved, you'll give money over easily. Guys, how many people give money over easily to like family members or friends because you already have a connection with them, so automatically you want to help them with money, whatever. Luke said yes. Bradley goes, that's okay. Esther Vision said you can't hide a Birmingham accent. My parents met at a bar in England. That's beautiful. But why would he be so open with his finances, Shamhead? Because what it was, him and his wife used to go there a lot. It was like their second home. She passed away, so he was like alone at this point, right? And he thought about retiring because he made a lot of friends over there. But there was this lady that he knew, and she introduced him to somebody else online. So it was all online. So elderly people are not very clued up when it comes to online. A lot of people aren't. Guys, I nearly got into a scam before online. So it's very easily done. It's easy to be manipulated, especially if it's something that you really want. And so she introduced him to someone, but this person was she was pretending to be someone else, but she didn't exist basically. So she was setting everything up for him. So when he flies over there, he will get everything. It's easily done if you got connection with someone abroad and you're trying to sort out a house and stuff. Obviously they're doing all the legwork and then you're trusting it to happen. It can happen in the UK as well. There's been scams where people decide to do a business with someone and then you hand over cash and then you're expecting something to be done with that cash in terms of the business and you go back and you see no work's being done. It easily happens because if there's someone that's more skilled in something and you give everything to that person, you're trusting them. They've gained your trust, and you're thinking, you know what, I'll give it over to that person to sort everything out. If you go into business and you don't know the ins and out of business, and you meet someone that knows in everything about finding a location, everything, you're gonna give everything to them. You're gonna be like, all right, thank you for sorting it out, and they could be like, I found a location for you. We just need to put £100 on deposit, and you go, oh yeah, that's fine. I'll send it over. And then before you know it, they go, we need another 400 for, to build, I don't know, a boiler or something in the house or the building. And you go, yeah, it's coming over. And they go, right, we're just getting paperwork together. They can build it. They can also introduce other people into the scenario to make it sound real. It's easily done. Some people are very crafty at stuff like this. Luke said, please, Tanya, marry AP, laugh aloud. Love, money don't mix in my books. Sounds like she was digging in his pockets. She got all his life savings and he ended up losing everything. He came back to the UK. Someone has to help pay for his flight to come back to the UK and he's left with nothing now. All his retirement funds is gone. Luke is eating ice cream, going to watch a movie on YouTube. Nice. What movie are you going to watch? I know someone that had a girlfriend in Poland. She came to England. They was with each other for 4 years. Then she took all his money and went and never see. Damn. I want to say the S word, but damn. Thank you so much for the like. Let's read that again. So I know someone that had a girlfriend in Poland, right? So how did he meet her? How did he actually meet this girl? She came to, so she was in Poland at the time, so she came into England, okay? And they was with each other for 4 years. That's a long time. And then she took all his money and went and never see her again. He was one of my best mates. Do you know what, guys? I am not someone to like. I try not to stereotype people on here, but I remember when um there was a lot of Europeans coming over into the UK, and I remember people were trying to label Polish women as like gold diggers, and I don't think people should label it as that. But that prime example is why stereotypes come. But I'm not saying that's the truth. But that's very sad. But if anyone is capable of that, regardless of where they're from. It doesn't mean because she's Polish, anyone can do that. Just so you guys know that you have to be careful. Don't trust anyone. Thank you so much for the like. But he probably really liked her, right? And he wanted to give her everything, so it's easily done. Oh, cherry vanilla. I can't say that other word. I need everyone to send Tanya $40. Thanks. I really don't have donations on, but that's so sweet, Luke. Thank you for saying that. Money's one thing no one is following me with. No chance. Call hand, Luke movie. Stop. Super thanks, girl. You guys are so sweet. You guys are actually so sweet. It's an interesting topic, isn't it? Very interesting how people can easily get scammed. Relationships is a very good one for scams to happen. I watched a really good one on YouTube where this man actually he forced this woman to marry him, and he was after the sister's money, and it worked. He got her money. Because when people, this is why you don't tell people about your money and stuff like that. And you start talking about the things you've got. When people start boasting, oh, I got business, I got all this. People's eyes light up. They're like, oh, you should never boast about these things. Häagen-Dazs ice cream. Oh, thank you, Big Smoke. Oh, Bradley's story is so interesting. He was on holiday in Poland and was talking to her, and they decided to try and get a house in England. Damn. Is that how she took his money then with the house? How did she? I wonder how she took his money. This is so interesting. Very, very interesting. Because now you can't get hold of her. What a bitch though. What a bitch, because she met a guy that would give her anything, and she took advantage of that. That is so cool. So now when he meets someone else now, he won't trust so easily. He's gonna be a wreck after that. Most definitely. AB said where they say love is blind, I suppose. Yeah. Um Luke said dig my gold. Ladies, a man forced you to get married, call the police. Yeah, he did it in a way like it was sweet. Like he was like, "Oh, open up this notebook." And when she opened the notebook, he already had everything planned, the wedding and everything. Looks at bitch. You're joking, Bradley. Oh my dilly days. She's crafty. So oh my gosh. So she copied his bank account. Oh crap. And cloned his card. She is a con woman. Oh my gosh. No freaking way. No freaking way. That is crazy. Guys, I actually watched this it's not exactly the same. I watched this scary documentary online. It was so good though to watch, right? I wish I could recommend you guys to watch it. There was this lady in Russia, right? And she went to the US, right? And she was basically there was this woman that worked in beauty, right? She worked in beauty, and the Russian woman wanted services from her, right? So she wanted the service at the woman's house, which was very pushy. She was like, I want to have it at your house. So she went around the woman's house anyway, and she gave her a cake, right? She gave her a cake to eat, and then the woman ended up in hospital, right? She ended up in hospital, and they couldn't prove what it was because she was found by a neighbor. She was kind of like dressed in lingerie, right? Just crashed out on the bed, and the woman was gone. And all the woman's things were robbed at this point. She robbed a lot of things out of the woman's house. So she stripped the lady off in her lingerie, and she went out. And the police couldn't prove. They couldn't prove anything. They couldn't prove it. Like it's her or link it to it, right? And then something came up later on. Thank you so much for the like, guys. Something came up later on, right? Another case came up and her name popped up, right? And then the detective that was working on the other case, he heard her name again and he was like, right, we need to investigate this. And they found out what happened was she poisoned the woman with the cake, right? For the drugs to work, she had to turn the heating on. So she stripped her off, turned the heating on, and for the drugs to be effective, and then she robbed the woman's belongings. So she basically tried to kill her, basically. And she actually killed a woman in Russia, but the woman in Russia couldn't prove it. So the daughter of the woman that got killed in Russia from the same woman, she came to the US, and then she came to see that woman go down. Basically, when she got arrested, she came to see that woman go down, and then they figured out that she was trying to kill that woman that worked in beauty because she looked similar to her. So she wanted to get she wanted to get her identity so she can stay in the US a bit longer. So she was trying to kill her. Oh, my daughter. One second, guys. My daughter's calling me. Sorry, guys. My daughter's calling me. Remember when I said in the beginning how she's gone in the shower and she's going to call me after? When she calls me on my actual mobile instead of Instagram, that's how I know she's trying to get through to me. When she calls me on my actual mobile, because I'll have to go soon. As you guys can see from the title, I did say short video. Bradley, you're a gooner. What does gooner mean? Luke said girls don't like me enough. That's not true, Luke. This is why you have to be observant with anyone. But it's easy to let your guard down, though, guys. You know, I said to this guy before in America, I was like, because he believed in God, I was telling him you can't just eat from anyone. And he was being ignorant, saying, oh, well, yeah, I can eat from anyone because God protects me. Do you see what I'm trying to say? There's some people that like to be ignorant and be like, oh, it doesn't matter. God will protect me regardless. Guys, if you're eating from someone that's actually poisoning you with drugs, right? Hello, Lottie and Claire Cafe. How are you doing? Guys, I'll have to go in a bit because my daughter's called me. Big Smoke said, oh my, oh my, oh my. It was such a good documentary though. She was psycho. She was so good. She actually stripped the woman down into a lingerie, right? And she left her for dead. And then the neighbour found her like that. Can you imagine your neighbour finding you in your underwear, right? And she put the heat on. But what happened was the reason why the police was able to test the cake was because the box was left in the bin, and then when the police sent it off for tests, they found traces of drugs. But the thing is, they could not prove that she gave the cake to her. To get it, there was no proof of it. So, when there was interviewing the woman when she got found out from another crime, yeah, they found that she was saying, well, I never made her eat it or something like that, which made her sound guilty. I never forced her to eat it. That's what she said. Luke said bye. Hey, Lottie and Claire Cafe. Guys, I'm going to have to end this video. I'm so sorry. Arsenal all the way. He supports Arsenal. Who's that? Sorry. I just forgot I was being super loud and the door was open. Free movies on YouTube time, Tanya. Bye, Tanya. Love you. Love you too. Enjoy the free movies on YouTube. I have to start watching movies again. What team do you support? Let's eat cake. Please not, Luke. Please not. Not after what I just talked about. Please not. Yeah, I remember the daughter, she hired out a private detective to track the woman down. She was like, this woman's got to go down. Because what happened was, when she was trying to get the police onto her in Russia, the woman fled to the US. She had to hire a private detective to find this woman. And she was getting up to no good. The woman was dangerous. She was so dangerous. Let's eat cake. Bradley said Arsenal. Bradley, Arsenal. Oh, you guys support Arsenal in here? Big Smoke said bye. So guys, I'm really sorry to end it so soon. My daughter is calling me, so I would love to stay longer, but she did promise to call me back when she's finished. So you know what, guys, it's been a really good chat. I wish it was longer. I really wish it was so much longer, guys. It's been so interesting to talk about con women, con mans, people getting scammed out of their money. It's not even funny. It's so sad that it happens. It can happen to any one of us. It can happen to anyone. People like that start gradual. So when you're in a relationship with someone, they could be like, can you lend me some money? And then you just do it. And it gets to the point where you can't say no, right? And then over time, Oh, Bradley said thanks for the chat. Anytime, Bradley, come back again. Maybe to see you later. See you later, alligator. Big Smoke. I like your username, Big Smoke. Sounds cool. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Guys, I wish you all a lovely Sunday or a lovely week, wherever you guys are. I don't know what time or what day it is, but you guys, this has been a really good chat. Do you know what? It actually sucks that when I do a good live, then somebody wants to call me. It actually sucks because I don't want to leave, but at the same time, if somebody wants to call me back, I can't just leave them hanging, right? Oh, right. Yeah, but this chat has been really interesting, especially Bradley's story. I actually find that so fascinating. Find it so fascinating, man. Um, it's really bad. My daughter's calling me again. Right, guys, I have to go. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but she's calling me again. Right, so I'm gonna have to end this live video. I think when someone calls me, I don't think you can hear me. Sorry, guys, I have to go because my daughter is calling me again. I think when someone calls me, I don't think you can actually hear me speaking. So see you all. Take care, guys. Ciao.